Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For spring and for transitional dressing, I wanted to share 8 style tips for petite women to not only look balanced in our clothing, but to feel super chic and stylish no matter what we're wearing. I am 5'3" or 160 centimeters, and it's not that I'm actively trying to look very tall every morning when I'm getting ready, but rather I just want my clothing to enhance my proportions and to cut off at the right places, which doesn't always happen if you're petite. If you know, you know. So I'll be sharing with you today how to work around this and some styling tricks that will make the clothing look very balanced and proportional on us. I have come across so much petite advice over the years, and to be honest, I find a lot of it either too rigid or it feels a little bit outdated. And the great thing about today's video is that you can apply these tips to any personal style, to any outfit. I'm working with Petite Studios in today's video to bring you these tips, and if you don't know them already, they're a New York-based brand and they make clothing designed for petite women. So I'll share with you some of my spring favorites from them later in today's video. A super quick and easy tip that anyone can do is to move the eye upwards, and this will make all our outfits more petite friendly. So the reason is that because we are a little bit shorter already, if we have the visual weight of an outfit at the bottom, it will drag us down and basically make us look shorter and closer to the ground. Whereas if we move the visual weight into the middle or upwards, it will make us not only look more balanced in our frame, but it will kind of draw the eye upwards and make us look taller. An example of an outfit that I probably wouldn't wear is this one, because the coat kind of tapers out a little bit, so it looks heavier on the bottom than it does on the top. And then we've paired it with some chunkier shoes, so my attention just goes straight to the bottom of the look. And something we can do to fix this outfit is to use some accessories on the top half. So I've gone for a shoulder bag and a necklace, and already that draws the eye upwards. But to be honest, this coat with a flat shoe is not my favorite, and I want to show you what I would do instead. I love having a key piece in my jacket because to me this instantly brings the eye upwards. This denim jacket, especially if I also pair it with other accessories like a hat, creates a lot of interest on this top half, and to me this always feels so good and so balanced on petite. There are so many accessories we can use, but there are also clothing choices we can make to draw the eye upwards. For example, this top I'm wearing, because it's got the contrasting color here and with the design, I immediately look to this area of the outfit, and I find this very balancing on a petite frame. The same applies if I wear something like a cardigan and there are lots of accents on the cardigan. It draws the eye upwards and it's so suited to petite body types. I've been wearing this more voluminous skirt a lot, and I wanted to show you how you can use color to draw the eye upwards. So instead of wearing a grey t-shirt that blends in this outfit, the weight is definitely at the bottom because of the volume there, and then the chunky shoes. If I wear a white t-shirt, immediately my eye goes upwards. The same goes for a colorful t-shirt. It just makes the whole outfit more balanced and more petite friendly. I am going to say petite friendly so many times in today's video. Yeah. Since I'm petite, there is an outfit formula that I pretty much always follow. So either I'll do small top, big bottom, big top, small bottom. This is kind of trending on social media. It's a tip for everyone, but I think especially important for petites because it is so balancing in the proportions we choose. For small top, big bottom, I love reaching for something form-fitting. It doesn't have to be a tank top, it can be like a long sleeve fitted top, but something form-fitting tucked into a loose bottom. This is the formula that will work anytime, especially if you pair it with a daintier shoe. So I don't love the way big bottoms look with chunkier shoes because again, there's too much weight at the bottom there, right? So even if I went for a flat shoe that looks slightly daintier, I would absolutely repeat this outfit all the time. And then ideally, I'll go for a small heel because this is my favorite way to balance out those wide leg pants. I know it's too cold to think about a tank top right now, so with small top, big bottom, it can definitely apply to long sleeves. Even if you wear like a blazer jacket over it, it still applies because you can see that form-fitting piece on the inside. And then for big top, small bottom, it doesn't have to be literally like mini skirts and shorts. I love just something more form-fitting. So I've gone for this pencil skirt as my bottom and a more structured, voluminous t-shirt on top. What I love about this tip is not only that it's super easy and fuss-free, but also we can still play with proportions within any outfit we're wearing. A lot of petite style advice will have us wear like small, short, tight things and just completely ignore the fun of getting ready, Whereas this tip, you can still play with basically any proportion you want to and make it work by balancing it out with the other piece. You can also apply this tip to any personal style, so I find it extremely flexible. I'm styling a lot of pieces today from Petite Studios, so I want to share with you some of my favorite spring picks. It's a perfect timing because they're also doing 25% off site-wide when you use code Helen25. One of my favorites is definitely this tank top I'm wearing. I love that it's got the contrasting edge, and I also find this shape with the cut very flattering. So obviously you do need to wear a strapless bra with this one, but I do love the way that it kind of makes my shoulders look. It's quite form-fitting, so you can wear it alone underneath different blazers and jackets, or you can pop it under the cardigan in the same range. So cardigan has the cutest little pearl accent to close it at the front. Finding good trousers as a petite is so important because it honestly makes any outfit so much more flattering. I'm really enjoying these two styles of bottoms, and what I like is that they're not too wide. So there's not so much volume that I'm drowning in them, but they've still got a very modern, nice look to them. I'm 5'3" and these basically fit me perfect with any boot I'm wearing, or if I'm wearing a small heel. If you are shorter, you definitely need to get them adjusted, but I recommend doing that anyway because you don't want the pant to just fall anywhere. You want it to fall exactly right for you. Sometimes, even though a pant technically fits, I still find it beneficial to get it tailored to the exact place I like it on myself. Both of these are very fluid in shape, and this type of drape and flowiness I find super flattering on petites. If you're looking for a classic shirt for work and you're sick of like extremely dramatic, very long, oversized shirts, these two could be a good option. You've still got a little bit of length through the body, but the sleeves fit very well. And these are just extremely versatile pieces, whether you want to wear them for work or more casually. One of the things I want to embrace a little bit more in my wardrobe are shorts and maybe like dresses that are slightly shorter, as opposed to always wearing a midi. So my pick here would be a broderie dress. It comes with a matching belt, so you can either cinch it in at the waist or wear it loose. So if you tie it up and you kind of like adjust some of the fabric underneath the belt, you can make it look a little bit shorter, whereas you can also pull it down to be a bit longer. I could not skip this denim jacket because it's just so unique. It's got this cool colorless design, which I love. And then, you know, it's a crop shape, super easy to wear in any petite outfit. It is really nice to see a petite brand focus on modern basics. So even though their cuts are suited to petites, they are still very modern looking, and I really love that for a petite brand. If you're interested in Petite Studios, I will link to all of the pieces I'm wearing, as well as the size I took, and then they are currently running their 25% off when you use my code Helen25. One of my all-time favorite style tips is to always wear short and long pieces together. So what I mean by this is that wearing long pieces usually elongates us. So if we wear a trouser that is full length, basically hits just above the ground, or we wear a long coat, it makes us look longer and therefore makes us look taller. It doesn't cut us off anywhere awkward. So wearing long pieces is something that petites shouldn't be afraid of because it actually looks super stylish and elongating. If everything in an outfit is long, it starts to overwhelm us. So what I like to do here is to make sure that I also have short pieces in my outfit. The way I think about this is that obviously, petites and tall people, we have the same proportions. The problem is that normal clothing hides our proportions. So when we wear shorter things, it looks regular on us, but it defines where everything is very clearly. So it highlights the waist, highlights the hip, and it shows off our body proportions. So when we can mix short and long pieces, it honestly creates the most perfect balance because we're using the short pieces to highlight our proportions and we're using the long pieces to elongate, and together it's the most perfect outfit. This tip is a bit confusing because it can be contradictory. So if I'm buying a pair of pants, should I go for the long pant or the cropped pant? And for me, it's always about how we style it that makes it suit us more or less. So for example, a long pant will make our legs look longer, whereas when we go for a crop pant, it will actually just feel more natural on a petite person, and it doesn't necessarily elongate as much. But if I pair this short pant with a very long coat, it feels really flattering. Whereas if I pair really long pants with a really long coat, then it starts to feel overwhelming and like it's drowning us in too much length and fabric. So annoyingly, there's no one right answer as to whether we should wear long things or short things and where exactly our pants should hit. It depends on the rest of the outfit and how all the pieces interact together. In these outfits, I'm mixing long and short, and I think it works so well because we're using the long to elongate and we're using the short to define. And if there's anything you're gonna take away from today's video, it's definitely this one. I've recently been doing a huge audit of my wardrobe, and something I realized is that all of my most worn pieces are cropped. So the obvious advice I wanted to give here is that for petites, really try to find those cropped items because they will not be cropped on you, they'll be regular length. So I want to share with you some of my favorite cropped basics here. First thing first, Uniqlo mini t-shirt. These are incredible. I've got two now, and my two colors I purchased in store, but there are other colors on the website that I'm lusting over. And these t-shirts are amazing because they hit at the perfect length. You might be thinking, since I'm gonna tuck it in anyway, what difference does it make? The difference is that there's just less fabric to work with. It looks really clean here because there's not too much excess material. And there is something about like the smaller fit of it that's not just in the length, but in the shoulders and the body as well, that I think makes it super flattering. Sometimes when I buy a regular length t-shirt, there's just so much fabric to work with, and especially with thin skirts for spring, it can be kind of a pain. The two cardigans I wore the most last year from Cezanne are these two. So I've got my Betty cardigan. I love this one because it's cropped, and I've spoken about this so many times, but it's truly a staple gem for any petite. It can be worn as a jacket or cardigan or a sweater, and the length is just so ideal. So perfect for petites, whether we're talking about length through the body or through the sleeves. I also love this brown cardigan because, again, the fit is so ideal for petites because it's cropped. When I look at my wardrobe, it's super clear that I'm drawn to an oversized cozy knit. And this is not to say that you can never wear them, but the fact that having these knit options can make your wardrobe super versatile for those outfits where it might have been too much to go for a very bulky oversized knit. That's when these come in handy, and they come in handy a lot. Over the years, when I'm shopping for pants online, one of the places where I've had the most luck with is Everlane. I actually don't know how they work because I've heard so many people say they're more designed for tall people, but I've actually found that they're really designed for petite women because a lot of their pants, they fit very short. I'm 5'3" and I genuinely find them almost sometimes too short. So if you're petite, I think they're a really good place to look. These trousers I have here are perfect without getting them tailored. As with these sweatpants, they're so ideal. And so many of their styles just work perfectly if you can't be bothered to shorten your pants. If you're wondering where I shop for petite basics, that was kind of like a quick overview. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to hear more about this. As someone petite, there are definitely times where I wear an outfit and it's not petite friendly. And in times like this, I really see how powerful accessories can be. The right accessories can fix any outfit and make it feel more petite friendly. So I always like to opt for small to medium accessories as opposed to large. And this is the biggest thing that will make an outfit petite friendly. So the idea is that if you imagine a petite person with like a huge bag, that bag just looks too big on us. If we wear a medium bag, sometimes even that looks like a big bag against our frame. This is one of the reasons why I really love my mini bags. And if you're wondering like, where do I put my things? I tend to like double bag it. So I have a second tote bag that basically fits my laptop, my camera, and my lunch, anything I need to carry. The idea for me is that the small bag is what's closest to my body, it's like part of my outfit, and it really suits my frame. And I've got the tote bag as something additional to be practical. For petites, depending on how much you carry, I would always opt for the smallest bag that fits all your things. And this will always just be so much more flattering in an outfit. If I'm wearing a medium bag like this brown one, I love that this is a shoulder bag. So the strap is shorter, it sits higher on my body, and this tends to feel more proportional than if this big bag was lower down. I'm talking about accessories in general, but focusing mostly on bags because this is something we all use. But for jewelry, petites do tend to look more balanced in like small to medium jewelry as opposed to very large. But again, I find that if I'm going for statement jewelry, something a little bit chunkier, when they're shorter, they tend to look better. So for this beaded necklace, it's quite chunky, but it's short. And that looks really balanced and it draws the eye upwards in an outfit. Whereas if I have a very long dangly necklace that is chunkier, it can sometimes feel like it's dragging me down again and putting too much focus to like the bottom. Such a weird thing to try and explain, but for chunkier pieces, it's better if they're shorter. It will just look more proportional. And I can't stress enough in today's video that these tips, you can break any of them and then rebalance your outfit by using another tip. We're not meant to use and follow all of these rules at once, our outfit would be so boring. We can break any of these and use another rule to balance our outfit. If you have a long statement necklace, you can absolutely wear it if you combine it with maybe some of the other tips we're talking about. So the final thing for accessories I wanted to touch on are details. We tend to look better when the details are, you guessed it, small to medium. So I'm talking about if we're wearing a sweater, if the cable details are small to medium, it will tend to look better. Buttons, lace, frills, if they're small to medium, it will look a bit more harmonious. And even for the stripes I'm wearing, it's more of a medium stripe. I probably wouldn't go too much larger than this because then I would start to feel it's too much. I would even say smaller stripes, they tend to suit me a little bit better, but I did want a bold option here for style reasons. Something I've learned from looking at all of the outfits I've built is that because of my petite frame, outfits always look better if I have one item that is either lightweight or draped. So the reason is that if we look at this outfit where I'm wearing the structured shirt and the structured pant together, I tend to look a little bit more boxy and I honestly feel a lot shorter because there's no movement in the fabrics and they're boxy. When something is either draped or lightweight, it either creates like a nice movement or it kind of defines the body shape. And both of these things really help contrast those structured fabrics. So you might wonder, why do we wear structured fabrics at all? It's because they're interesting, they create nice shape, they look polished, and they feel modern. So I love wearing them, but I love wearing them combined with these things that will make it more flattering. For my personal style, I really hate being told that everything should be lightweight, should be draped, because then the outfits just don't feel interesting to me. So this is my way to work around that. When you can have one item in the outfit that falls within that draped or lightweight category, then the outfit just comes together. I probably shouldn't have left this tip to the end because this is another one that I use almost every day. Color is one of the best tools to create illusions within an outfit and to basically make a lot of outfits more petite friendly. Previously, I talked about the tip of drawing the eye upwards, and you can so easily do that with color. If I had a heavier bottom and I wanted to draw the eye upwards, I could simply do a brighter top or like a white top, and that already moves the eye upwards in the outfit. I also mentioned before about wearing long and short pieces together. What we can basically do is to color block and clearly define our frame. As I said before, we have the same frame as taller people, and it's all about bringing that out in our outfit. So when we color block, we define the different sections of our frame, and I find this to be so incredibly flattering on any petite person. And then I talked about elongation and creating length in an outfit so that we look taller. And you can do that, of course, with color when we go tonal. I'm wearing a blue t-shirt into denim. There's less difference between these two colors, so it just creates more of an elongated feel than if I was to do very contrasting shades. When I say color here, I don't mean necessarily like bright colors. Even using your neutral tones well can create the same illusions that I'm talking about here. The final style tip I wanted to share is one that has saved so many of my outfits that were really quite unflattering. Sometimes I'm running out the door and I don't feel like my outfit is flattering. It's too late to change because then I'll run late, so I'll use this tip. Make sure in an outfit, either like your collarbone, wrist, ankle, or waist is defined. It usually works like this. As the outfit gets more oversized, more of these need to be defined. Whereas if an outfit is more tailored, then if one or two of these were defined, I'm good to go. If I'm starting off like this, both of these shapes are quite relaxed, and right now I've only really got a little bit of like wrist definition, so it's not the most flattering. The moment I roll out my sleeves and like open up the neckline a little bit, it's a lot better. I've also put on a belt, just defining the waist a little bit, and it feels so much better than the way it started. Most of these outfits that you're seeing have at least 1 to 2 of these 4 defined, and usually I feel like if you can define these things, it will make any outfit so much more flattering. It's harder in winter than in summer, but there's always a way around it. Define doesn't necessarily mean having the skin out, just being able to see shape there makes a huge difference. So for wrist, even if I'm wearing a big sweater, if it cuffs in, the difference that makes is so big in winter fashion. Choosing ankle pants and then doing like a sock to define where the ankle is also makes a huge difference, even though there's no skin out. So if you're running out the door, you don't love your outfit, always check this one because it's often a quick fix and it makes an outfit so much more stylish. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, I would love for you to go like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the Petite Studios pieces I showed, I will link to everything down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys all have a lovely week ahead, and I'll see you next one. Bye.